Yo, what's up, TGM? And welcome back to another video. So, of course, you guys already know. Just go ahead and leave your suggestions down below. Hey, cause I'm thinking about doing a Chinese introductory video. But with that being said, I'm gonna start off with this quote. Guys, your body is a temple. In fighting terms, if you aim for the head, the whole body isn't gonna crumble. But of course, if you aim for the body, the whole body is gonna crumble. And you can work your way up to the head, and the whole body will crumble just from the body alone. Just like I'm gonna show you guys something. Why do you think it's so much easier in Muay Thai to get a takedown when you step out, you throw a low kick, right? And they start stumbling and whatnot. Then you can go in. And incorporate way more moves. The body is a temple. The temple can't fall all on its own if you aim for the top of it. The whole temple can fall once you aim for the bottom of it, and it'll all come crumbling down. Now, with that being said, of course, I'm going to be talking about your diet, strength training, and of course, something else. Of course, this is another Muay Thai introductory video. It's going to be similar to the first one I made when I first did Muay Thai, but it's going to be a little different because I can incorporate kicks more. I can basically kind of get more real with you guys with the elbows, these elbows, and everything, and also these elbow strikes too. Of course, you also have these elbows. Never seen what those elbows are being used. Maybe I don't watch enough Muay Thai. I need to start watching more and more Muay Thai. Because I watch Muay Thai, but I don't watch it enough, I feel like. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the video. So, the first thing we're gonna be starting off is, of course, form. Now, you guys should already know Muay Thai form. I'm doing this with shoes on. But if you guys are new and you don't know what Muay Thai form is, it's basically kind of stepping out like an L position. So I'm gonna go ahead and do like an L. My L position right here. Your hands are all the way up above your face, and you're kind of tapping this foot right here, basically keeping it straight back and kind of aiming right here. You can step out, take a few steps, step back, and when you're crossing, and when you're stepping to the left or to the right, you want to step with that corresponding foot. Let's say I'm going to the left, right? So I'm going to step with this foot, If I'm going to the right, I want to step with this foot. Of course, the most important part is you want to stay in form. I know you guys ready to see the bag work, but I'm trying to show you guys basically the foundation of what's going to keep you upright. Because let's say somebody leg kicks you, right? And you don't know how to basically check it, and your form ain't right? So you want to come up and just check the kicks. That's why we have an exercise for that. Basically, after every kick, you want to check it. So whether that be the right side, of course, you guys want to get in the form, step out a little bit. Whether you want to throw a low kick, boom, or throw a kick up here, boom, you guys can do that, right? So step out, boom. And then of course after that, you want to throw in the check. So this will basically be how this will play out if you guys will be running into the routine. So it'll be this. Step up, boom. It will basically be like that. So with the other side, same thing. Boom. You want to step out, kick, leg check. I know you guys probably can't see from this side that much. I'm gonna stand over here. So of course, you want to be in Muay Thai form. Step out. When you step out, that allows your body to swing more. By the way, you don't want to step in because this basically just gonna push the opponent. What you guys want to do, trying to create more force. I'm gonna show you the difference. So when you step in with a kick, you ain't doing nothing but pushing the person. But when you step out with the kick, I'll show you guys what happens when you step out. You can add more power to it, and you can see the clear difference. I'm gonna kick with my strongest leg. Do it with my strongest leg. I ain't doing nothing but pushing the opponent. But if I step out, right, I'm in Muay Thai form. Step out, boom. So then we can kind of work from right here. That was nothing, but so with that being said, you guys want to incorporate boom, check, boom, check, boom, check, boom, check, and of course add some teep too. So you add some teep. Of course, you guys want to work your elbows, so your elbows are basically going to be worked. They're going to be worked in groups because there are so many different elbow variations for different situations. So the most important one is probably you in the clinch. I can't necessarily do a clinch right now. Actually, I'm gonna try to replicate replicate a clinch. So I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna kind of try to use like a resistance band. Okay, so I'm back. I got my resistance band. So kind of from right here, you guys can add this as like, let's say a person basically holding you in the clinch. So you guys can use this, kind of want to double tie it, or whatever you guys want to do to make it feel any tighter than what it is. And what you guys want to do is basically just throw this over your upper body, right? And basically just twist it in like you would actually be like wrestling, or actually just trying to hold somebody in, right? So and then you can do this, right? You see how the punching bag is like coming towards me, and then from there you can work your clinches. This is a thicker resistance band, so you would have to get in more to do elbows, right? So it kind of forces your form a little off, right? But see, you got to be strong enough. With a thicker resistance band, you do have to be strong enough to learn right elbows. Of course, there's a proper way to do elbows too. Muay form, of course, you guys want to twist like it's a hook. You guys want to twist on your back leg, and you guys want to push on your back leg for more power. Now that's what that. That's for the elbows. Of course, same thing with the left. Now, of course, in a real clinches would be like this, of course. But your opponent will be about this close to you. Now, of course, you guys can get this tighter if you want to. Let me tighten mine up. You guys okay? My mic just dropped. I'm not even editing that out either. So basically, what it is, again, is basically going up here like this, throwing in the clinch. And from here, we can also work knees. But like I was saying, if your opponent was in a real clinch, they would be about right here. So again, you would basically be kind of moving around until they finally start throwing elbows, which would be, of course, on this back leg, because they will almost be like this. Because from this position, you can also throw knees, but they will also be in this position, right? And they would kind of be, they'll be moving, ready to throw an elbow. So I'm gonna take this off. Just put that over there. So it would basically almost be like this. So you're in the clinch. So then just off the back leg, right? You want your back leg to go up and your hand shielding your face. Because if your hand still doesn't shield your face, if you're basically still not in Muay Thai form while you're throwing these elbows and kind of covering up your own face while doing this, they have a chance to counter you, right? So you guys kind of still want to do this. Off the back leg, you still want it to be off the back leg too. I'm hitting with this part. Make sure you guys hit with your actual elbow. That's why, accuracy is important too. But I'm still a beginner too, so of course you guys want to come in like this too. You guys can come in like this. Now, personally, talking about elbows, I'm gonna switch to another variation. Instead of those in the clinch, come up the back leg. I'm gonna be talking about these elbows. They're a perfect offense and defense. You've probably seen me many times over. My fighters are fighting, and all of a sudden, boom, and then they go, what happened? So I'm gonna be teaching you guys that elbow. That elbow is the most realistic elbow you can get in a realistic scenario, if you will. You guys are going to probably be in a situation 9 times out of 10 where somebody comes up this close to you. So in that situation, if you already feel threatened, just like literally ghost tap. It's a ghost tap. If that opponent is that close, that really gives you a freeway to like a elbow. And also, if they also swing and you also getting that close, you can block the swing while simultaneously attacking. So I'm gonna be showing you guys that one too. So basically, same thing, same form, back leg, boom, boom. You wanna drive these elbows in. Same thing with this one. Same thing with that one. Of course, you guys can do this because you can use a jab to close in the distance. It's like you guys don't want to. You guys You guys don't want to throw in a jab and it be this right here, because this has to, like, you have to turn your body fully connected. Make sure you're still in Muay Thai form, but you guys want to stay close enough. You guys want this leg to be close enough so when you throw the jab, you kind of step up and you can have enough power on your back leg and your hips to kind of rotate it and turn it out to get your maximum amount of power. So with that being said, those are that type of elbows. Like I said, now going back to the main part, you work your elbows in groups. Do those on the heavy bag. You can do these. You can do these. Make sure you guys hit your elbow point. Practice it slow. Practice it for a minimum reps of 20 until you basically get it right. Once you guys feel like you have the technique right and everything, you know, then that's when you start going harder. So I'm gonna show you guys some striking now. So basically, with that being said, I'm gonna get into this part. I'm not gonna be able to pause my video, by the way, so I'm just gonna edit this out. What am I doing? So now with the striking, is, to me, it's almost like boxing, but it's more heavier, incorporated. Of course, it's still like the same thing, right? You want to get in the Muay Thai form, your elbows all the way up, boom, boom. So of course, 1-2 combination. You guys all know the 1-2 combination: jab, cross. Of course, hopefully your cross is right, hopefully your jab is right. Depends on what type of jab you want to use. 9 times out of 10, I do a 2 jab. So I go like this, and then I cross. But of course, you want your cross to be like this. You want your cross to connect. You want your hips to drive out. Then you want your left to be right here. You want left hand to be right here. So you're basically gonna cross like this when you throw your jab. You want to step when you throw your jab and kind of bring that cross up and do this. So it's gonna look like this. You also don't want to overextend it. It's almost like a hook. Like when you're coming for a hook. Like when you're coming for a hook. You wanna think of a hook as if something is holding the table, so you can come just throw it straight, right? Instead of your hook being like this. You see what I'm doing right there, right? So you guys want to go for a 1-2 combination. 1-2. Make sure you guys practice it slow. If you guys don't get the first time, step, 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 boom, cross. Twist your hips too. Make sure you twist your hips, and you kind of want to come off this back leg too, just like the elbow. You want to come off the back leg. So boom, boom. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit faster now. So I'm gonna still be in Muay Thai form, just like that. Sometimes you can be more stagnant, but also, of course, after every combination, you want to get moving. So jab, boom, check, check. You guys want the long guard. I'm gonna show you what the long guard is. So basically, after a combination, you can kind of move around, do this, keep checking, or you could teep. You could teep. You guys want to basically keep checking your opponent. What I'm basically doing is measuring the distance between my opponent to see what can land against you or not. And also a more famous combo, if I'm trying to remember it correctly, it's basically the jab. It's basically like a kick. That's it right there. Boom, and then like that. That's what I'm trying to remember. Of course, if it was just like boxing, you would be in a boxing stance. You would be in a boxing stance all the time. And of course, like the quote in my video, I like MMA, so you know, you work your way from right here. And of course, if you work your way from the body or anything lower than the body, the whole temple is going to collapse. And you just keep aiming for headshots. Boom, 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 boom. Or maybe you're trying to set up to like you're right. Boom, 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 boom. See, when you right too, you kind of want to keep your chin tucked because they can still pretty much counter this of it going from right here. So they can still pretty much counter that. So if it's not right, you can still get your tail knocked out too. So it's kind of from right here, boom, boom, boom. Kind of want to clock it in closer. Kind of bring yourself in closer. kind of want to keep your elbows tighter. Your left hand is always up. Always have your left hand up no matter what. You never know what your opponent can do. Always have your left hand up no matter what. And that's with anything. So, of course, Muay Thai form, boom, boom, boom. Left hand is up. Even through a simple combination, simple Muay Thai combination. Those are also Muay Thai combinations too, where you basically just simply, it's just bread and butter, really. So boom, 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 close that elbow in, keep that left hand up. Boom, boom. I'm gonna work from the left side a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Of course, I'm gonna be teaching you guys knees now, of course, because I haven't talked about knees. So, with that being said, I like kicks way more, by the way. I like kicks, but knees, the best way to use a knee, I like clenching, right? So you kind of want to, I like clenches. So, clench position again, knee drives. Knee drives also help. Imitating knees, if you guys know you don't have a bag or you just want to practice the technique in general, you guys can hold on to something, whether it be like a tree or something. I'm gonna use this tree, right? You can practice your knee drives. It's basically kind of extending your leg out and basically kind of driving in, right? I'm gonna basically teach you guys kind of the form of a knee right here. So when you do a knee, this leg right here stays right here, okay? You want to bring this leg up. As you bring this leg up, make sure your foot right here goes all the way to the back of your butt. Like I'm talking about, like all the way back here. And you guys want to lean up. Once you guys lean up, you want to kind of come off your back leg right here, and that's supposed to be stagnant. So it'll be like this. It'll be like that. I'm gonna show you guys that right here. So it'll basically be like this. It'll be like that. And of course, you guys want to have control over your opponent too. So let's say like head movement right here. Clinch. You guys want to do it from right here too. You guys can throw in some lefts. That's how we're going to work our knee drives. Okay, we're basically controlling the opponent. It's just like in BJJ, right? If you let your opponent, if you let your opponent get control over you, it's pretty much a wrap. So right here, so you know, elbows too. I'm not gonna teach you guys to spin the elbow. That's probably like one of the hardest things I still don't know how to do. It's like a spinning elbow. The most important thing in the game too is feints. You guys can throw a good feint and then go for the body. Boom. Of course, you guys still need to have your hand up, because if you guys don't have your hand up, you throwing the feint. Boom. Boom. Now I'm just playing. But for real though, make sure you keep your hands up at all times, because you never know what your opponent is capable of. Strength training wise for Muay Thai. Strength training wise for Muay Thai. What do you guys want to know? It's basically still standard old lifting, but of course, Muay Thai is more intense. This is how your strength training will go. Bag work, buddy. Cardio, buddy. Your cardio cannot improve. Your cardio cannot improve if you don't eat right and sleep right. You can't get better at something if you don't take care of yourself. Your body is gonna collapse on you. No matter how hard you train, you can eat all of it back. With that being said, bag work, cardio. I don't know if you guys hate it. I don't know if you guys love it. If you guys do want to do some strength training, you guys can still use weights. You guys can still bench. I'm definitely not telling you guys to get rid of your lifting, because lifting is what's going to help. This is a little 50 right here. You guys can still deadlift. You guys can still row. Whatever you guys want to do, you guys can still do it. Push-ups is what's also going to help you a lot. It activates these muscle fibers. Show you guys the push-ups I do all the time, right? I use a weight vest half the time. Most of you guys that already done see me knows this. You want to do machine gun push-ups. You know, this helps on your timing too. Of course, that helps kind of make you react faster. About right here. So, let's say they told me to throw a combo, right? I've been doing these push-ups. It makes me kind of react faster. Of course, when you throw a punch, 9 times out of 10, when you sparring, you're gonna have the box gloves on. Let's say if you kind of want to strengthen your wrist, because you can also strengthen your wrist by punching this too. So, I want to make this video as detailed as possible. You can strengthen your wrist too by punching the bag with your bare hands. Two, jab, jab, cross. Keep your hands up at all times. Of course, ball your fist up. This is gonna be the most realistic thing. People, you guys, if you're gonna train your wrist on the punching bag, don't do your hands like this, thinking you're gonna bop and weave everything. Bro, you're training your wrist. Let it go. Carve your fist up and actually beat the bag. Actually beat the bag. And actually beat the bag. My left wrist isn't as strong. My left wrist isn't as strong as my right. That's why most of the time I try to work my left wrist in. But that's really about it. That's really the end of the video. That's all I can think of about Muay Thai. Make sure you guys treat Muay Thai right, because Muay Thai, to me, is like the ultimate sport. You can win anything with Muay Thai. Don't let nobody else tell you different. Nah, but for real though, it's not about really the martial artists, because people, I don't want to curse, because I don't curse. People tend to BS on other martial artists with these martial arts that they learn just because it doesn't seem as effective in the real scenario. Do what you love, please. Do it what you love. Do it without the criticism of other people. Ignore them. Please do, because that ruins dreams and aspirations. It ruins ambitions. It makes people rethink what they actually want to do. So we can work in. And of course, and you guys are really just feeling down, right? And you guys are feeling down because you feel like you're not learning anything and like your criteria of a martial art. Don't let that get you down, because millions of other people have also been doing the same thing, man. And they've also been through the same thing. So don't let that get you down. But this is what you really want to do, is just really work from right here. Really, you just kind of want to work from right here. You can go slow. Until you get harder and harder. And basically being able to incorporate full swings, and they'd be like this. Get better until you can incorporate fuller swings. To be honest, I can't even incorporate fuller swings with my left. So, but that'll be the end of the video, guys. I genuinely enjoyed making this video. This video is gonna be longer, so hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, please press that like button. Subscribe for a new video. I enjoyed making this. So, honestly, when you don't want to do something that's gonna better you, do it. Just do it. Work through the mental pain or whatever type of excuses you want to come up with, and just work through it. Just work through it. I promise you're gonna love the process of it, and just at the end you're gonna be proud of yourself for just working in and doing it. I kid you not. Sometimes we tell ourselves like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, but then we actually go do it. It ain't even as bad as we seen. Just do it. Just do it. That's my quote of the day. Just do it. JV is out. Peace.